All right, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and our home team. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there, man.
Now Wilson on first down. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas.
Come on now, let's go!
Michael Thomas, a gain of 19 yards. First down, Saints.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
56. You look. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll find Lindsay here. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now Lutz for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Check 47. Bring it. Let's go.
throwing on first down. Herbert. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. That defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, and let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. Well, you practice these situations. It's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic and get you scored on again.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
14. Back.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation, because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a third and goal situation. From the gun, it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Tighten up. Spot.
Hey, Echo. Protein spill.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Marcus Davenport, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Undercrush. Hey, exit. Under 10. Under 5.
Back to throw. Herbert. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check three.
Joker, 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 Joker.
Chef. Kill. Check.
Hey, lock it.
From the gun, Herbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Hey, high 7. 61, matchbox lights. Hit it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
A 55-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Get 380.
Mike Bobo, if you don't get this one, you think you gonna get this?
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No.
Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Foxtrot, foxtrot.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, he'll get this to Eckler. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
5. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
On fourth down, Herbert into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Landry, the intended target. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All day, dog.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. This one caught by Ridley. A gain there of 21 yards.
Go!
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Chargers, first down.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Herbert. Complete. It's Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson, operating from the gun. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Charger drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Second and 1. Flushed out right. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Watch time.
To throw on third down. Herbert. Open man, it's Allen. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a third and about 13.
Mike's 47.
Go.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it second and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. On third down, Wilson. Open man is Michael Thomas. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Let's get off the field, D.
14, got it. 12. Start.
On second and 2, Wilson gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. What's good on the extra point? And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, first and 10. On first down, Herbert, he's going to loft one, deep left side, and got his man, complete. A big pickup of 38. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's second and 8. This is caught by Williams. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Get it.
From the gun on third down. Herbert. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking to throw. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And that takes us from second to third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Bravo.
On 4th down, Herbert. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And the Saints, first down.
Here's Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Desmond King picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. To throw on 2nd down. Herbert being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go. Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
47 is the mic. Let's go. Keep down.
On 4th down, Herbert. And he's caught. He's got his running back downfield. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Off the play fake. Herbert airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man on 2nd and 10.
Hey, echo.
To throw again. Herbert. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, exit.
47 is the mic, boy. 47. Check.
2nd and long. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hey, Haywood. Hurry.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They complete it to Hill. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cameron Jordan, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. Herbert, he's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 91 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
380.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Here's Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Oh, Wilson going to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and goal, New Orleans.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
56, Mike. Let him know. Kill. Hold up. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, tight. 56. Check.
They'll run with Lindsey. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.